What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, okay, making their debut on the channel tonight, we have the Walkmen. Yes, indeed, how about that? The Walkmen making their debut on the channel. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi bop, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Jason Schaff, and it was also the winner of the Premier Tier Patreon Request Prioritization Poll, winning with 42% of the vote. Moving up to number 884 in the queue, straight up to number 1. So yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, your voice, your vote does matter. You all want to see me react to this. It is the Walkmen with a tune called The Rat. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a minute, hold it, I've heard this song before, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This was posted by Bubblegun100, all one word, yeah, Bubblegun100. And the video has 308,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. A link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Walkman, not the Walkman or the Walkman, just Walkman. Huh. That's not what the requester said. Let me know in the comments, folks. Is it just Walkman or is it the Walkman? Let me know. Anyway, Walkman, The Rat, live on Conan O'Brien. Okay, this could be an issue. I've had issues with the Conan O'Brien show in the past as far as copyright goes. Sometimes they let things go. Sometimes they don't. We'll have to just wait and see how this goes. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Well, that drummer's putting in work.
Calling my number, I know
We may have a guitar solo here. Let me back up. I don't want to pause in the middle. There are definite pluses and minuses here. Pluses. First and foremost, the drummer. Holy smokes, is he putting in work or what? He is really doing a nice job of filling everything out with what he's doing. The hi-hat, immaculate. The fills, immaculate. I mean, the thing is, he's going so fast, I'm kind of waiting for it to get sloppy, and it hasn't. It's been clean playing from him the entire time. So, gotta give credit where credit's due to him. The guitar player, doing all downstrokes. He's doing all downward picking. For the speed they're going at, he's doing a good job. He really is. I mean, it's precise. It's clean. I keep waiting for it to get hung up or stuck or, you know, fall behind a little bit. Nope, he's been on top every single time. It's all clean. Gotta give him credit. Bass player, keyboard, doing a fine job, locking everything in with the drummer, filling out the sound. Low end with the bass player and filling out the mids with the keyboard. No issues there. My only gripe really is the vocalist. I'm all in favor of putting in an energetic and high intensity live performance, which he's absolutely doing. Okay, absolutely. And I'm going to say this, there is absolutely no question that this is live. You know, sometimes when you come on these shows, especially when you're dealing with big companies like NBC or CBS, you're going to be subjected a lot of the time. You're going to be subjected to the television production studio telling you as a band, guess what, boys? You're lip syncing. And you either lip sync or you don't appear on the show. And then pretty much every band is going to say, oh, we'll lip sync because they want the exposure. They want the national exposure on a national broadcast like the Conan O'Brien show on NBC, you know, or the Tonight Show or the Late Show, whatever the case may be. Millions of people tune in and watch this show every single night. So, of course, you're going to want the exposure. So you're going to bite the bullet and you're going to lip sync. This is not a lip sync job. This is live. You know, what we're hearing is absolutely live. And the vocalist is proving it. Now, I applaud the vocalist for taking the steps that he's taking to prove that they're playing live. I absolutely do. But at the same time, you should still be able to sing properly, sing appropriately, not sing out of control as much as he is. And it's a little distracting, if I'm being honest. It can be done cleaner. But, I mean, overall, it does sound good. And like I said, point made. They're playing live. Absolutely. I'm glad to see that point has been made. So that eliminates any doubt, any question marks. There's no question marks here. They're definitely playing live. So, anyway, let's get back into this.
Can't you hear me when I'm calling out your name? When I used to go out, I would know everyone that I saw. Now I go out alone, if I go out at all. When I used to go out, I know everyone I saw. Now I go out alone, if I go out at all. When I used to go out, I know everyone I saw. Now I go out alone, if I go out
We're speeding up. Maybe not.
You've got a nerve to be asking a favor. You've got a nerve to be calling my number. I'm sure we've been through this before. you hear me? I'm beating on the wall. Can't you see me? I'm pounding on your door.
What? Completely unnecessary. Thanks for nothing there. It was all right. It was fine. I don't really have any issue with anything I heard or saw. Not terribly. Not really a lot to talk about. I already pretty much covered everything I needed to say during the course of the reaction. So I guess I'll just hit a couple of bullet points and call this one a day. Let me just get my thoughts together. Let me make sure I didn't forget anything. And I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was it says here the Walkmen, but it may just be Walkmen. I'm not sure which one it is. Let me know in the comments which one it is. With a song called The Rat. This was a request from Jason Schaff, and it was the winner of the Premier Tier Patreon Request Prioritization Poll, winning with 42% of the vote. Moving up to number 884 in the queue, straight up to number 1. So yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, your voice, your vote does matter. This is going to be a short review. There honestly is not a lot to talk about that I haven't already talked about, so I'm seriously going to hit some bullet points, and we should be done, honestly, in less than 5 minutes probably. Let's see how this goes as far as the time frame goes. We'll see how accurate I am. Let's start off with the score first. Don't start your stopwatches yet. I'll tell you when to stop your when you want to start your stopwatches. I'll tell you when, okay? Let's start off with the score though. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give that a 6.1. Yep, 6.1. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, a 6.1. What does that mean? Well, a 6.1 would translate to a pretty good scale rating, so I think it's a pretty good song. It would get 3 out of 5 stars, and it would get a B- letter grade. So there you go. A 6.1, pretty good scale rating, 3 out of 5 stars, and a B- letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? So glad you asked. Okay, get your stopwatches ready. For those of you that want time and see if I'm going to get it at 5. Ready? Set, go. Okay, look, it's not a super impressive song, okay? It's a very easy song, very easy to follow from a chordal progression standpoint, not a whole lot of movement around. It pretty much stayed around 4 chords. Now, is there anything wrong with that? Nope. There have been a bunch of songs written through the course of history that have been huge hits that have had 4 chords, okay? So, I'm not gonna sit here and say that it's impressive, but it's definitely well done. Sure, no problem there. I think it's a pretty good song. It all makes sense. There wasn't anything that any time made me scratch my head and go, "What? Why did they go that way? What are they doing?" You know, that it doesn't add up. It doesn't make any sense. No, everything about this song made perfect sense. The weakest thing, if I'm being honest about this, was the vocals. The vocals just, I don't know, man. I feel like in a recording setting, I feel like it'd be a lot more controlled. I feel like it'd sound better. It'd be a lot more cohesive to the song. I feel kind of like the lead vocals were making it a point to let the crowd know that this is a live performance, not a lip sync job. I appreciate that. I absolutely do. And I give credit where credit's due in that regard. But at the same time, don't take it so far that it takes away from the performance of the song. You know what I mean? I mean, make your point, sure, absolutely, but not at the expense of the song as a whole. And I kind of feel like that happened a little bit. Keyboards and bass did a fine job filling out the sound. Definitely thickening and making the sound full, which I absolutely appreciated. The guitar playing, all downward strokes. It makes sense for the style of the song. I was just really impressed with how clean it was. It was very clean on his part. Overall, I would give the song, in all honesty, I would give the song on its own, I would give it about a 5.8, 5.9, somewhere in there. So how did we come up to a 6.1? I'm going to give a major shout out to that drummer. Holy smokes. I'm sorry. The drummer was the star of the show here. Super clean at that speed. With the 16th note pattern he had it going on with the hi-hat, the fills that he would do while maintaining that 16th note feel, and it never dragged. It never got sloppy. It never rushed. I did feel like it was rushing when he came back in after the guitar break. When he came back in, I even asked the question, are they speeding up? It wasn't a speed up. It was an optical or an audio illusion because he laid out for quite a while and then he all of a sudden came back in. That was just my ears playing tricks on me. He did not speed up. It was right where it needed to be, right where he left off. So good on him. I mean, it was solid. It was so solid that I thought my ears were playing tricks on me. No, without question, the drummer stole the show on this. And the super clean playing at that speed with some really nice fill work, never tripped up once that I could hear. That was impressive. It absolutely was. And that bumped the score up from, like I said, a 5.8, 5.9, somewhere in there, up to a 6.1. So that's how we got up to the 6.1. I think this is a pretty good song overall and a pretty good performance overall. And that's why I'm giving it the pretty good score of 6.1. Remember, everybody, I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're Johnny Nobody and the Never Will Be's, or if you are Nightwish or Baby Metal or Sabaton. I don't care. Everybody starts at 5.0. Everybody does. So did they. And they moved up from a 5.0 up to a 6.1. Not a bad way to go, especially as a debut on the channel. So I feel good about that 6.1, and that's where we're going to stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We got a 6.1, which is a pretty good scale rating, 3 out of 5 stars, and a B- letter grade. Stop your stopwatches. Take your pick. I don't care. Whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, that did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.